Hello and welcome to this week's episode of 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we take on career development in 10 minutes at a time or less. Today's topic is assessments. So we're going to talk about Traitify, and I'll also introduce the VIA Character Assessment to you. My name is Heather, and I work in career services at University of Wisconsin-Superior. So without further ado, I want to teach you how to find Traitify. So if you just go to the campus webpage, hover over Campus Life, click on Career Services, scroll below the window, and click on Major and Career Exploration. This is something we have explored before in 10-Minute Tuesdays. This time I want you to click on the Assessments tab, and this will bring you to Traitify. I'll just briefly mention, we do have Strengths Quest. It does have an additional cost to anyone who'd like to complete it. So just know that that's there, but it has an additional cost. Traitify is completely free. So let's open up Traitify here. When you get to Traitify, notice that it is branded with UWS and a UWS picture. You can see the YU and the rock and a picture here. So I'm just going to go ahead and use our main account here. Basically, when you go to register for Traitify, all you need is your first and last name, your UWS email, and then any password you choose, and it puts you right into the assessment. And what the assessment looks like is you're going to see a photo, and then you're going to get a little bit of text at the top. So like, for instance, it might be a photo of an animal track, and then it will say identifying animal tracks at the top, and then a button for me or not me. And you just click through those. Don't think about it too long, and it will take you less than 2 minutes to get through those, and then you'll get a results page. So I'm going to go into the career page. Oh no, it won't take my login. There we go. So this is actually me. I took this assessment, so you're learning a little bit more about me. This is what you'll see for results. This works again on mobile phones and such too. So you can see my top 2 personality characteristics. So my personality blend, planner, naturalist, not surprising at all. I'm well known for being, for planning and for organizing. And I also used to work as a naturalist and environmental educator. So this does not surprise me at all. So it will give me a little bit of a rundown of what that means. You can also see my personality breakdown. So there are kind of 7 categories, characteristics across here. These come from a well-researched protocol. What I love about this is look across the 7 categories. Even though visionary is sort of my weakest, I still have 36% of the traits in there. So doesn't mean you can't improve on that if you want to. Doesn't mean you're starting from 0. Just means you've got a good mix. And then as you hover over, you can see what each of these 7 categories means. Then you're going to see my traits. So it's going to give me my top 8 traits here. And you can see them all if you want to expand this. Otherwise, it will show you compliments, places you're going to work well, conflicts, places you might kind of butt up against other people or where you may need a different communication strategy, best work environments. So this is what you want to look for when you're applying for jobs. You can also do this, do you feel like it matches you? It actually matches me very well. So we'll click that. And then I can go ahead and I can look at my career matches. And what this does is really, this is just it's a list of ideas. You can, if you're trying to figure out like, what could I do? What might be a good match for me? They're just matching you up against other people who have taken these assessments, and people who have taken these assessments that are in certain job titles. They've sought folks out to help match you up and so on and so forth. So this is a list of ideas again. So let's say like, goodness, what's a geodetic surveyor? I have no idea. Well, it says right here. It tells you more about it. I would not so much go by this information, but you can go ahead and click on this ONET thing, which we'll do in a second. It talks about experience level. It talks about your match rate. And then it can take you out to Indeed if you want, and you can search city, state, or you can go to ONET, My Next Move for veterans, the Spanish version as well. So let's see here. We'll just click on ONET. And you can learn a ton more about geodetic surveyors and what they do. You can also get to the education levels, going real quick here, the wage and state trends as far as growth and so on and so forth in this area. So I'm going to go ahead and click that out. And that's a little bit about Traitify. If you're interested in taking Traitify, you can just go ahead and take it. You can contact us if you're interested, but you don't necessarily have to contact us. It's just something that is out there for you. You're also welcome once you take Traitify. If you want to do a career counseling appointment with us, go ahead and schedule that via handshake. And I'm the career counselor, so it's me that you'll be meeting with, and I'm always happy to talk with students. So the other one is the VIA Character Strengths Assessment. This is a fun assessment. It will take you a little bit longer. You can go ahead and set up your account, and then once you have that set up, you can sign in and see your results and so on and so forth. This does have, so we'll do take the free survey. Encourage you to do the adult survey. There is also a youth survey for those of you out there who might be younger or have younger people in your household. Again, why take the survey? You can think about these sorts of things. All of these things do impact work and how you kind of go about your life and finding meaning and all of these sorts of things. So you just go ahead and fill in these things. You can, whatever email you enter, that's where your results will come through. And then it is a text-based survey. And what it does is it will give you a listing. So it's surveying on 24 different character strengths, all strengths. So we all have strengths in these areas, and it just ranks them from 1 to 24. And those are words that you can use to kind of describe yourself, talk about yourself in resumes, cover letters, in interviews, and so on and so forth. Same thing with the text that you find in Traitify. Those are all great descriptors and ways for you to talk about yourself in those resumes, cover letters, and interviews. So those things become important and useful. And the more you know about yourself and the more ways you have to talk about yourself and how you can work with others in the workplace or how you function in the workplace, I think those things are really hard to kind of figure out on our own sometimes. So those tools can be super helpful. They're also really helpful for career counseling. So that's today's topic, assessments. So thanks for joining us this week for 10-Minute Tuesdays, where we tackle career development in 10 minutes or less at a time. See you next week, and take good care out there.